Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. This is IslamTalk and I'm Farina Siddique. You know why we need those isms, those those ideologies, those campaigns about humanity and for feminism and for fundamentalism and all those things. All the isms are fully rejected and condemned by Islam. Why? Because when Prophet Muhammad ﷺ brought Islam, it was not a new religion. Right from the time of Prophet Adam ﷺ, the very first prophet, the very first human being, this consistent message and the religion for the humankind and for the human being was Islam, right? But because we do not understand our status as Allah's slave, we need to actually depend on all these isms. We don't need those isms. Like for women, we don't need feminism to actually understand our rights. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us the right to be respected, the right to choose, the right to live. Right from the beginning, right before we came to this world, Allah gave us these three rights. Nobody can kill us, nobody can make us choose whatever we don't want to choose, and nobody can absolutely disrespect us. Why? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَتُعِزُّ مَن تَشَاءُ وَتُذِلُّ مَن تَشَاءُ. Respect and insult is in His hand. So whoever the human being is in front of us, whoever the relationship is among us, cannot overpower us, cannot insult us, cannot disrespect us. If people try, we allow them to try. You see, we hear and see a lot of girls these days, they go through body image issues. Why? Because we depend on other people for praise or insult. This is not right. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us that status that we are His slave and we are under His commandment. He is the sovereign. He is the only sovereign. He is the only controller of our affairs and everything. Why do we depend on human beings then? When we depend on human beings, then we actually need to work towards snatching our rights. Our rights are not their rights. Our rights are God-given rights, right? But we depend on their mood, we depend on their likes and dislikes. We are literally living the lives of other people. Right? We need to understand that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us a status of His slave. So we only submit to Him. We only worry about Him. We only care about Him. And we only protect the status of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala given to us. His submission. His submission, 100% unconditional obedience to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as the creator, as the exalter, as the sovereign, as the controller of all of our affairs. So when I see women talking about feminism, I say, where are your rights given by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Allah gave you the right. But if other human beings are snatching those rights, if another human being is trying to make you feel demean, that is upon you. Don't let them do that. Don't depend on anybody's praise or insult. Body image issues arise because we allow people to make us feel beautiful or ugly. Why? Because of the world's standard. Some people say, fat and skinny and everything, right? Big eyes, small eyes, curly hair or straight hair. We depend on these body image issues to be developed within us as form of complex because we allow people to actually help us decide how we feel and look. Look at the mirror and tell yourself that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reminded me saying, لَقَدْ خَلَقْنَا الْإِنسَانَ فِي أَحْسَنِ تَقْوِيمٍ. Indeed, we have created the human beings in the best form, best shape. So the painter or the creator is telling you that I have created you in the best form. Why would we allow other people to actually decide otherwise? Why would we allow other people to actually make us feel otherwise? He created us with the best form because He is our creator, He is our exalter, He is our controller, He is our protector, He is our sovereign. If He said that I have created humankind in the best form, done, khalas, finish. We should not actually worry about how people think and feel about ourselves. We need to think about our status as the slave of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, our creator, our Rabb, our Khaliq, right? We need to understand this. People will not be able to make you feel good or bad about yourself if you only remember this status. If you like this video, if you would like this to be shared after I done this live talk, please share it and let people understand that we together are created by one creator only, one exalter, one sovereign, and we need to only understand that these three rights that he has given us: right to life, right to choose, and right to be respected. Remember those rights. Nobody should be able to breach those rights. Nobody should be able to actually make you unlearn those rights. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. This is Islam Talk and I'm Farina Siddique. And I'm addressing all the dawah servants, the street dawah carriers, the online social media dawah carriers, everybody who is actually speaking up for haqq, who is actually speaking for truth. Please increase your knowledge. Please get the facts completely straight and then talk online. Then engage people online. Because if we did not do our due diligence collecting the facts about anything that we want to speak about, we will be creating a bigger mess that we can imagine. We will be creating more misinformation. We will be spreading more miscommunication, misinformation, and confusion among the community, internally for Muslims and externally for non-Muslims. So please read more about what Islam is, the Aqidah, and everything that actually is part of your conversations online. So please be mindful of you increasing your knowledge about Islam so you convey the right message. Please increase knowledge of your own deen, the legacy of Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam before you speak online, before you actually spread the message of Islam. Understand Islam, because Islam is a complete way of life. It's a complete constitution that also has complete comprehensive view of every single form of human relationships, in family, outside family, in the society, in the community. That includes the jurisdiction, the law, the Sharia, and everything. And actually Islam is a complete constitution of a Muslim's life. So when you have that knowledge and then you go out and spread this knowledge, then you're actually conveying the right message. If you're not able to do that, go seek knowledge about your religion and then speak online, so people are not misguided by the wrong instance, about wrong understanding, wrong messaging, inshallah. So do that. The thing I want to talk about is Gaza. This Gaza issue, the martyrs, 10,000 plus people are dead, died, martyred in Gaza because of Israeli apartheid and their crimes against humanity. And there is so much human rights violation conducted by Israeli government, and nobody is actually questioning them or is able to stop them. And this is the best time for us as Muslims and non-Muslims coming together to speak against this human rights violation and these human atrocities caused for the people of Gaza by Israeli apartheid. And all the major countries, Muslims and non-Muslims, are actually just backing up Israel, saying, you know what, we unequivocally support Israel's right to defend and then kill people. Doesn't do the math, right? Doesn't fit right. So we need to understand that this is very important to know, that you don't have to be a Muslim to actually speak for Gaza, for the people of Gaza. The people are dying, kids are being butchered. It was 16 minutes a day. See, every 16 minutes a child was dying, and now it's increasing. SubhanAllah, I can't even understand how people are quiet, how people are actually letting their government get away with this kind of stance, unequivocal, unconditional support for Israel. And now in places like Germany, France, everywhere, people are being banned from actually even talking about this. This is so inhuman. This is so unethical, unfair, unjust at many different levels. And we need to be able to speak about this. You don't have to be a Muslim to speak for Gaza. You have to be a human being. And if you're a human being, speak against these human rights violations. Speak against these injustices, oppression caused by the occupied territorial state of Israel on the land of Gaza, which is owned by indigenous community of Palestinians. This is one thing. And for Muslims, this is the best time to be a Muslim, a vocal Muslim on this earth. Why? Because these Palestinian martyrs, these people dying in Gaza, have opened a beautiful channel for people of Palestine to be heard, and for the Muslims to be heard even widely. Why? Because this is the best time to explain Islam to people. This is the best time to be vocal as a Muslim. This is the best time to be conveying the message of Islam to people. This is the best time to be unconditionally, unapologetically Muslim. Even it means you're politically incorrect, that's fine. Be the right messenger of Islam right now. Right now is the best time. So be unapologetic, convey the right truth, convey the right message, and understand that people of Gaza who are dying, who are getting martyred, have opened up this channel as